Well, our final story is a love story of sorts. It's about a man and a woman and their shared love of photography. Teresa Bush takes us to rural Overton County to meet a couple who fell in love with the people and places of the Cumberland Plateau.
Jack and Lynn Stoddart took these pictures in the early 70s. These are the faces that greeted the couple as Jack traveled the area as a veterinarian assistant. Faces they soon realized told lots of stories about life, love, hard times, good times, and farming the old-fashioned way. They also realized the people were part of a vanishing culture, so the Stoddarts made it their mission to preserve it on film.
Did you know Claude? No. Claude lived in behind this Copeland store.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he lived in that old house with his wife Susie, and he'd go scampering across the road barefoot. He'd be scared to death crossing that road.
Some of the photographs that make up the Plateau collection are on display at the Stoddarts Gallery. It's just a few yards from their home in rural Overton County.
And this is Cleety Canasser. Do you know Cleety? Cleety sold me my first milk cow.
There's a good chance you'll never see the same ones twice because there are thousands of them.
As you look at these, do you remember when you took them?
I remember every single moment. When I pick up negatives that I haven't touched in 20 or 30 years, it just flashes, it just brings back to me that moment when I took it, and it's a happy, sad moment. It's one of those things where you almost want to cry a little bit because, you know, that time has passed. And then I realize, you know, now I'm the old guy.
They were just really beautiful people, you know, and I think they have a tendency to put down Appalachia as being a poor area, but they weren't poor. You know, they didn't have any money, but they had just a wonderful lifestyle and could take care of themselves.
You know, we often hear the phrase, pictures paint 1,000 words. Well, if that's true, Jack and Lynn have the equivalent of several sets of encyclopedias.
They're well done snapshots. There's little slices of what was really going on. I didn't drive around looking for somebody that was starving on a porch or somebody that was, you know, needy or hurting. We just immersed ourselves in the community and it sort of took care of itself.
And you might think that would have been difficult for two city slickers. Miami was home to Jack and the Big Apple was home for Lynn. But the self-professed hippies chose to make Overton County their home. They wanted a simpler life, like the folks they photographed.
There was a definitely deep-seated philosophy that encouraged people to free themselves up. There's more freedom associated with rural lifestyle, and there's more freedom associated with area where it's not all about the money. And I'm telling you, as God is my witness, the first time we drove up the holler and looked around, we knew what we were going to do.
And they've never left. Jack and Lynn were married here, raised 3 children here, and 2 of them still live nearby. Despite some trying times in the early days, they don't regret one thing. The Stoddarts are well aware the mountain folks taught them and changed them, making them the people they are today.
What did you learn from these folks?
How to survive, and what was important, what you needed, how to grow a garden or how to kill your own meat if you had to, how to clean a turkey, milk a cow. And I learned that family was more important than things.
And the mountain folk we see in the collection would likely tell you they learned how to accept outsiders, people who did not judge them, but took them for who they are and were, something the Stoddarts wanted and got in return.
She'd always be on the porch, and she always had dip. She always had, that's brute snuff and PA in a can, and she always was just sort of rocking and sitting.
If you were gone tomorrow, heaven forbid, you really are happy with everything along the way.
The end result is what we wanted.
I wouldn't trade any of it.
Yeah, we're cool.
The Plateau collection is without a doubt the Stoddarts' defining work. The Tennessee State Museum and the Smithsonian want some of their photos. A crowning achievement for the Stoddarts? Oh yeah, but more importantly, one for all of us. And it all happened because of a couple's love for each other, their family, the camera, and the people they believe deserve to be remembered forever, frozen in time on film.